Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Tuesday. It is August 26th, and welcome to another episode of The Fifth. All right, in case you're just joining me here for the first time, I am Dr. Sandy DeLise. I am the host of this show, and I am also a life coach and teacher, daughter, sister, all of that stuff. But my main purpose for having this podcast and doing this show is to empower you, to uplift you, to motivate you, and just, to all around let you know that you don't have to do life by yourself. Find somebody that can walk with you, find somebody that can talk with you. But at the end of the day, life is not meant to live alone. So do your best. And if you need to lean on someone, lean on them. Thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight's episode is titled, We Are Only Human Once. Listen, I can't take all the way credit for this episode tonight. So I was at school, because I'm a teacher. I was at school yesterday, and I forgot what the conversation was about with one of my coworkers. And, it doesn't take much for me to get into a deep conversation. Like, deep conversations, talking about life is what I love to do, hence being a life coach, and being a teacher. Whether or not you want to, as a teacher, you are going to talk, okay? You are going to talk. It hasn't been the easiest talking with these braces, but your girl has figured it out. I've maneuvered it. I know how to work it, so I'm there. But we were just talking, and we were probably talking about giving students grace and understanding students, especially in the area that we work in with students with disabilities. We give those students grace. And then Chelsea Thompson, that's the girl that works with me. I told her I was going to shout her out because, like I said, we do not live this life alone. And I didn't have a title. I don't right now, I don't sit there and just say, what am I going to talk about next week? Unless something hits me so hard, but I just sit on it. I pray on it. I just let the universe bring to me what the universe does. And then I'm like, boom, this is what I'm going to talk about. But whatever we were talking about, she's like, yeah, Dr. Sandy, because we're only human once. And I looked at her and I said, Chelsea, that moved me. And that title right there is fire. We are only human once. Hey, Chelsea's on the line. What's up, Chelsea? I'm giving you your flowers. Like we said, the title hit me. And I actually tried to have Chelsea on, but no signal in the classroom. I tried to email her, and then I couldn't get her email anymore. And then today, in the hustle and bustle of our life, I could not get her on. So she is on the line. Chelsea, feel free to chime in, but I'm just going to jump in. And guess what, Chelsea? I can always have you on when we get this thing right. And there's nothing wrong with doing a part 2. All right? Nothing wrong at all. So as I said, tonight's show is entitled, We Are Only Human Once. Okay? We all have this chance at life. All right? The biggest question is, what are you choosing to do with that chance? Right? Are you an opportunist? Okay. As you go through life and you travel, if you're a traveler and you go to different parts of the world, right? Or if you just engage in different areas of where you live in, right? Are you taking advantage of this life that you were given, this chance that you were given, this opportunity that you were given, this blessing that you were given, right? Because we have to realize, number one, life is short. There is no age that we can say we are going to die at this age, right? Death knocks on your door at any age, at any time, anywhere. So there are kids that are not born. There are kids that don't make it past months. There are kids that don't make it through years. There are adults that don't make it all the way through adulthood into being an elderly person, so this is your chance, right? If you are only human once, how are we choosing to live that one chance? What are you taking advantage of? And if you are on, I appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Welcome to The Fifth. Please feel free to comment, right? Because this is engaging. Although I'm sitting here by myself, I'm the only person that you see on the screen. But The purpose of me going live is for you to engage and for you to chime in. So if I ask questions, just go ahead and drop it in the chat. If you see my eyes wander somewhere, it's because I'm working the comments. So I want to make sure that if you are here and you are giving me your time, that I am not taking your time for granted, and I'm making sure that I'm engaging with you. All right. So what do we really mean when we're talking about we are only humans once, right? There is life after death. Okay. There is life after death. If you are a believer, if you're a spiritual person, there is life after death. But you're not talking about in human form. Okay. So while you are on this earth and you are a human, what are you taking advantage of? Okay. As a human, we have limitations. We all have weaknesses. We all make mistakes. Okay. We all have imperfections. All right. That is a part of being a human being. But it doesn't mean because you make a mistake and you're imperfect, it doesn't mean that that is the end of the road for you. All right. A lot of times, or many times, we all know that some of the greatest opportunities, some of the greatest next levels of life that we get to comes after a mistake if we don't roll over and just let it be the be all end all. Right. It comes after so many imperfections because we are all imperfectly perfect. Right. Like I'm sitting here, and one thing I'm going to do is keep it real. One of the weirdest things is sitting here talking to this screen, and I could see my lips and I could see these braces. And if I look at it, my mouth probably gonna do all kinds of crazy things. So I'm really trying to look in the camera and talk and not look at myself, but I'm looking at the screen. So that's one of the imperfections of this craft that I'm going to perfect. Okay. Listen to me. Like, I'm an opportunist. I'm not just doing this to be like, I'm getting on here. I'm on here because I am taking this one chance that I have at life to uplift someone, to empower someone. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's 10 people or if it's one person. You know how the saying goes. If you can make the difference in the life of one person, you're doing a whole lot, because that may be that one person that really needed you. It could be that one person that you actually saved their life because you took the time to value them, and you took the time to let them know that you are here for them. All right. If anybody was watching live on Facebook, I'm seeing that Facebook is having trouble catching this stream. So hopefully people know to jump on and come this way, and they can continue to catch me. All right. So what are you doing with the chance that you have? What are you doing with your one life? What are you doing with your limitations and your mistakes? All right. And on the other side of our limitations is our potential. When we talk about potential, we're talking about how you grow. We're talking about when you go through those challenges in life, how resilient can you be? Do you have, or do you want to have, what it takes to be resilient? Like, it is not hard to go through challenges. And then, not it is not hard. It is hard to go through a challenge and then try to figure out where you're going to come through on the other side. All right. I see you, Jamie. Welcome to the show tonight. Always a pleasure having y'all on here. Always a pleasure. That's a Allison, you better stop it. Don't nobody gonna ask me to whistle, but I promise when I get these braces off, I'm going to whistle. Okay, y'all not, Allison, don't play with me tonight. Don't play with me. They make fun of me because I can't whistle with the braces on, but it's all good. That is one of my limitations right now. It is a limitation, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't mean I don't try, because I sat in this house last night and I tried my best to whistle, but it didn't get me down. But while I'm making light of whistling, sometimes it is those small limitations that we have in the way that we look at it that it just explodes and it turns into something so huge, and then you can't find your way out of it. Okay. Hey, Krista, love you too. Love you too. Thanks for joining me on here tonight. All right. So what you have to understand is, when you get with these limitations, when you find these limitations, you have to understand on the other side of a limitation is potential. There is always potential for growth on the other side of a limitation. All right. I'm making sure people are in the chat. It's good to see everybody out here. Thanks for joining me. I'm loving it. Make sure you're communicating, whether you're saying hi to each other or you're talking to me. I'm going to keep going back and forth. All right. On the other side of your potential, there is growth. Listen to me, because I'm going to go there. Okay. Even if, and this is what comes to my mind, even if you have lost a limb, okay, the world has given us another chance where people have the ability to have prosthetic legs or arms or hands or fingers. That is the other side of a limitation. That person could wallow in sadness and say, I lost my arm, I lost my leg, I'm done. I'm just going to sit here, woe is me. I'm going to have somebody do everything that they can do for me. Or they can jump and they can say, no, I may choose to use crutches for the rest of my life, or I may get me a prosthetic arm or prosthetic leg, whatever it is I need, but I am not going to limit myself. Okay, you take, for instance, athletes that are running, with prosthetic legs, and they have springs in them, and they bounce and they jump and they go fast. Those people could have taken that limitation and said, my career is over. But they took a chance on themselves. You know how they say bet on black? Well, I'm telling you, bet on yourself. If nobody else is going to bet on you, bet on yourself. Because here's the thing. When people see that you are your biggest fan, when people see that you are the person that's not going to keep yourself down, okay, they are more willing to want to help you. All right. People want to help you when they see that you're willing to help yourself. Even if they try to come alongside you and help you and you're not willing, it's only a matter of time before they decide that I can't do anything for you. And it's not because they don't love you. It's not because they don't believe in you. Okay. There are some things that you have to be able to do for yourself, especially as an adult. Like we take care of children, we take care of babies, we take care of teenagers and young adults, but we're training them to become adults. As we're going through life, they're going through challenges. All right. And we're teaching children, and we're teaching even these young adults that, look, this will not stop you. Okay. Take advantage of being a human. We are all only human beings once, and this is a great life to live if you will take full advantage of the life that you live. Yes, life is hard. Yes, we hit roadblocks. Yes, we stumble. Yes, we fall. Right? But even if you fall, you can still get up. You're going to be bruised. It may not last forever. Okay? You're going to be battered. You may have a wound. It's not going to last forever. All right? When you embrace being a human, you live this life and you focus with intention. Intentionality is major. Okay? You have to have intentions. If you just walk into somewhere blind and say, I'm going to walk in here and something is going to happen. It's possible something might happen, but is it major? Is it the best possible thing that can happen for you because you just walked in and you sat back? Or how can you make something even better for yourself if you step into your potential, step into your growth, and you grow? And you go past those limitations and you find out what more is in store for you. Okay? So don't settle for your limitations. Don't stay, just don't stay back. All right? Okay? In life, we're going to stumble. In life, we're going to fall. But we get to grow. We get to forgive. Okay? You get to give yourself grace, and you get to give other people grace. All right? If you're able to give grace to yourself, are you able to give grace to somebody else? If you're able to give grace to somebody else, are you able to give grace to yourself? Do you want to give grace to yourself? And the answer to that is yes, we should. Because here's the thing. If you're willing to give grace to somebody else to see them flourish in life, how are you as a person not going to give grace to yourself so that you are able to continuously pour into other people and have other people pour into you. Okay? There are no trees that grow from dead roots. Okay? There's no house that can be built on a soft or a sand or a broken foundation. So if you're a person that wants to give and you want to pour into people, then as much as you give grace to other people, give grace to yourself as well. Okay? Give grace to yourself. Be able to make mistakes. Because I'm going to tell you this, on the other side of your mistakes are triumphs. There are triumphs. And Jamie said, yes, be intentional with life. There's nothing new under the sun. Things will happen, but keep moving. Turn your pain into purpose. Yes, ma'am. Turn your pain into purpose. A while back, I went to like a church group with some ladies, and I introduced myself, and I was like, I think I'm a pop star. And they were like, ooh, okay, yes. And I explained it. I'm positive on purpose. I'm a pop star. I want to be positive. I want to inspire other people. I want to uplift other people, right? So I'm going to be positive on purpose. Now, I've been positive on purpose for so long that now it is who I am. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I try not to be negative, but I'm a human being. But I try to make sure that I don't get stuck in negativity. I give myself grace, right? And I try to do better by what I know. Okay, so I try to be a pop star, be positive on purpose. Like Jamie said, turn your pain into purpose. There's nobody that can do it better than you. There's nobody that can love you better than you besides our almighty God and Savior Jesus Christ. You can't love yourself more than he can love you. But he gave you the will. He gave you the wisdom. He gave you the desire. He gave you what it takes for you to love yourself and to also love others. Okay? It's not about us being perfect. It's about us being able to love ourselves and love others. Okay? But while I talk about being perfect, okay, while we're only humans one time, is this life about being perfect? Or do you want to just live a life where you are present? Okay? Nothing much can happen if you are not present. And if you're trying to go through life trying to be perfect, there are no perfect human beings whatsoever. There are people that think they're perfect. Okay? But if you got common sense and you know about life, right? You know there are no perfect people. There are no one is completely perfect that lives and walks on this earth. Okay? But what you can do is be present. What you can do is be present. And being present doesn't mean that everything is going to go well. I got you, T. Delise. Give love and give grace. And like Krista said, life is always better when you are present. All right? You have to be present. I don't know what opportunities you're going to have if you are not present. I can tell you one thing. If you are not present, there's a lot of opportunities that you're going to miss. Okay? And while you're living this life that you're given just one time, you want to make the best of it. And you want to be present so that you can feel every single day. Like people always say this. If you were to leave this world today, can you say that you have given it your all? Can you say that you have done everything that you want to do? Well, here's the thing. We don't know when our number is going to be called or when our time is going to come. But I believe if you are present in each and every day, you wake up in the morning with the intention in your mind and in your heart and in your spirit that you are going to be present. Okay? Oh, you better watch it now. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Listen, this is what we say as ballers. I'm not saying I rode the bench. I didn't ride the bench too much, but I had my fair share in college of riding the bench. But I made sure I stayed ready so I don't have to get ready because that's what they say. When your number gets called, what are you going to do? Are you going to take it over? Are you going to let them see you've been sleeping on me and I'm here to stay? All right. But be present because I can tell you for me, I try to be present in every single day. Right. And if I had to leave this earth, I am going to feel like I have done everything that I was supposed to do up until this time. Do I have opportunities that I dream of? Of course. Do I have other dreams and aspirations from where I am right now? Of course. Okay. I'm not saying if you don't get to that, you fail, because here's the thing. You can't get to tomorrow if tomorrow never comes. Okay. If tomorrow never comes, what you did today matters. What you did today is all that you have to give. So be present. Don't just let a second, don't let a minute, don't let time just pass you by. All right? So what if we treated each day as if this was our last chance to do something amazing? What if you treated each day as if this was your last chance to do something big? Your vision would definitely be different. All right. If this was your last chance, what would you do? Okay. If this was your last chance, how would you handle it? All right. Like I said, I teach and I go into my classroom every single day. I'm not going to say hoping, but praying that there is something that I am going to say today that is going to have a student or one of my colleagues have an aha moment. Okay. I'm not trying to be it. I'm not trying to be all that in a bag of chips. I just love people and I want people to be happy. I want people to not miss their moment. All right. Be impactful in everything you do. All right. That's right, Jamie. Be impactful in everything you do. And being impactful from my perspective doesn't mean that you go overboard and go above and beyond. It simply means for me that you're being present. Okay. You're not, I got sidetracked because Krista said you have definitely left a mark on these kids. And I thank God that I did. All the kids that I have taught, I love them dearly. When I see them, it is a blessing. When I see what they're doing in schools that have gone on to middle and high school, I mean, I'm just thankful and I'm grateful, right? Because it's not because I have a career or I have a job, right? A lot of us could say I could be doing anything, but I'm going to tell you right now, I get to go to a school building every day, impact the lives of students and adults, I hope, and in return, I get to be impacted as well. This is not a one-way street. Okay? I take every opportunity to be present. If I'm in my room, I'm being present. If I'm walking in the hallways, I'm being present. No matter where I am, I'm being present. Even if I'm not around you, I'm still present. When somebody drops in your mind or somebody drops in your spirit, they're not directly in front of you, but you're being present, you know? And I'm going to say this because I just felt it. A big part of being present is also being selfless, being open to giving to someone what they need because it's what they need. It doesn't take anything from you in the moment. You know, I don't want to give it to you because I don't want to see you advance. That's not what it's about. If I have one chance to be this human just once, can I say that at one point in time, I gave what I had to somebody else to see them do better, to see them be better, and I was completely gracious about it. I had gratitude about it. There were no regrets about what I did. Okay? Thank you so much, Chelsea. Thank you. I try to be a blessing so I can bless others and be blessed in the process. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right. So just, treat people with kindness. We're only all human once. Give each other grace, forgive, love, be present. All right. We were not designed for perfection by any means. We were designed for purpose. Every single human being has a purpose. We are not here by accident. All right. We are not here by accident. There is something that we have to give to the world. As a human being, I have something to give to my family. There is something my family have to give to me. There is something I have to give to my students. There is something my students have to give to me. There's something I have to give to my peers, my associates, my friends. There is something that my peers, associates, and friends have to give to me. Okay. And when I say have to, it's not a command. It's because we all have purpose. All right. Now, when I say we all have purpose, let me jump into something real quick. Okay. If you have been through a hardship in your life, it has purpose. Okay. You have the opportunity to learn from that mistake. You have the opportunity to redefine yourself. But most importantly, you have the opportunity to find yourself. Okay. Because when you go through struggles and difficulties, there is something that you're leaving behind that's giving you the opportunity to find out who you really are and redefine yourself. I agree, Krista. Everyone comes into your life for a reason. Everyone comes into your life for a season. Some stay longer than others. Some stay with you for your whole life. But as these people come into your life, there is a reason. They have purpose. Okay, there is something that they were designed to drop into your life. Like we say in school, and there's a book that we read, to fill your bucket. To fill your bucket. And a part of being gracious is that even if someone isn't filling your bucket, what can you get from it? Okay, I teach about kindness and gratitude and integrity all day long. Okay, I teach students with emotional disabilities, and it is the best part of my career. Like, I teach academics, yes, I do. But when I get to talk to these kids about life, and I know I'm giving them something that not only they have for today, but they can take it through for the rest of their lives and build on it. That is, like, for me, service. Like I tell people, I'm serving. Like, I'm serving. When I'm teaching, I'm serving. When I'm talking, I'm serving. When I walk through the halls and I let my light shine or my positivity shine, I am serving. Okay. And like I said, I want to be of service. I want to flourish in my purpose. I don't want to miss a chance. I don't want to miss a moment. I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to say, I wish I did. I'm not perfect. When I have these conversations, I'm not saying that I do everything correctly. I'm just saying I'm very aware of what I am doing. I'm very aware of what my purpose is. I'm very aware of my intention. Okay. I'm also blessed to have family members that pour into me and also direct me and instruct me in the ways that I can even fulfill my purpose even more. Like things I need to scale back on that may be distracting or get in the way of me fulfilling my purpose. And you got to respect that, and you got to appreciate that. You got to have the love in your heart and the understanding and know that some people pour into you in different ways, and it's not about malice, and it's not about taking something away from you. It's really because they want to see you grow. Okay, so open your heart, open your mind. All right, so let's talk about, when I say being gracious, okay, every stumble that you have is a step toward becoming who you were meant to be. When I talk about being resilient, when I talk about going through challenges, okay, quite honestly, and I can talk about this from experience, you have no idea what your potential is until you've gone through the fire. Let me say that. Sometimes you have no idea who you really are until you've gone through the fire, and you have to dust off the flakes and realize that even though you walk through the fire, you don't smell like smoke, because you are becoming. Like Michelle Obama book said, becoming. Okay, we are always becoming. We are meant to become that version of ourselves that we were placed on this world to be. And sometimes it comes from stumbles, trips, falls, and major challenges. Okay, whether it be a death in your family, whether it be a broken relationship, whether it be the loss of a job. Okay, I say this to myself and I say it to you. Don't look at it as if you are a failure. You're not a failure because as long as you're breathing, you have another opportunity to turn that trial into a triumph. Do it for yourself. Okay? If you don't do it for anybody else, do it for yourself. Become a better version of yourself tomorrow than you are today. And when you are a better version of yourself tomorrow, that today will be a better version of yourself that you are yesterday, which will be today. I hope I didn't confuse you because I did that on purpose. All right. Jamie says, every diversity you face is not a setback. It's a setup for divinity, a divine purpose. Listen, that word divinity does something to me. Like when I hear the word divinity, it just makes me feel like I'm unstoppable. Because it just feels like there is nothing that can get in my way. Like divinity sounds like somebody just says, this is for you. I put all this here for you. All you have to do is grab a hold of it and go and walk into your purpose. But you won't walk into your purpose sitting back. You have to be intentional. Yes, I feel that. I felt that. I feel it and I felt it. All right. Here's one thing. We are all human once. The beauty is, as we discover our limits, is giving us the same opportunity to discover our power. Like I said, you have limits and you have potential. But as you embrace and you also face those limits, you are becoming one of the most powerful people. And I'm not talking about money. And I'm not talking about strength. I'm talking about the power of knowing thyself. Okay? Know thyself. What's up, Jules? Know thyself. All right? You have to know your worth. That's right. You know, as Jamie said, you have to know your worth. Don't let somebody define who you are. Don't let somebody define what you are worth to the world. Do people say things to you that get your wheels turning? Yes. It happens for me all the time. All right. It happens for me all the time. Like, for instance, even if I go through, I've gone through degrees. When I got to my doctorate, it was because somebody said to me, sis, this is you. I feel it. The culture of this school is you. And I just see that this is your next steps. And I'm like, nope, done with school. And I took a walk around the block. And by the time I walked around the block, I found myself online applying. And I don't even remember. It wasn't that long after that I was accepted into the school. All right. The same as the other things that I'm working on. They just happen. Okay. And sometimes God sends you messages through other people. It's just a matter of you're going to be obedient or not. Because we don't have all the answers. Like I said, and sometimes when you're going through life, there's so many distractions. There's something that you can miss. But when he sends somebody your way, you have the opportunity and you have the potential and you have the knowledge to stop and say, wait a minute, what does this mean for me? Right? Is this something that I really feel like is here for me and I can do it? Why did this person even say this to me? All you have to do is acknowledge it and assess it. Nobody says go jump into the pool at 8 feet if you're shorter than 8 feet, because all you're going to do is stand up. You know what I'm saying? But just take it. There is nothing that's going to hurt you to hear what somebody says and see what it means for yourself. Where is it taking you? How do you feel about it? Yep. Signs and wonder is real. All right. And obedience is key. Signs and wonder is real and obedience is key. Because here's the thing. As adults, you influence other people, whether it's in your job and you run a shift or you just are a manager of whatever you're at, right? One of my biggest things that I try to say is, as a teacher, I want my students to listen to me. And if I want my students to listen to me, why would I, as an adult, not follow the instructions of my leaders, my assistant principal, my principal, superintendent? It doesn't mean that I'm going to like everything they're asking me to do. But like I say, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Right? So if I want somebody to be obedient to me, how am I going to not be obedient to the people that were meant to direct me, to lead me, that have gone before me and walked on a path that's making things a little bit clearer for me. All right. I tell my kids all the time, treat people the way you want to be treated. Excuse me. So if you want your students, want your kids, want your siblings, want your spouse, want whatever to listen to you, then try to return the same favor. Try to return the same thing to them. All right. When you put out good, good comes back to you. All right. And let's keep it moving. Every mistake is a lesson. Every act of kindness becomes a part of a story that you get to tell. Even those acts of kindness that only happen once. All right. Even things that you go through that's not kindness towards you. Hopefully you're being kind toward others. I'm not saying be perfect. I'm saying practice kindness. But even things that come up against you, there's still a lesson in it. There is still time for you to be a better person, right? People cannot break you unless you allow them to break you. Can you get your feelings hurt? Absolutely. All right. Are there people that's being abused? Absolutely. And I'm not saying that's an easy thing to walk away from. Okay. But we have the opportunity and a chance to do something different. All right. It costs nothing to be kind. That's right, Vontae. It costs nothing to be kind. It's free. These commercials that's like a car, $58,000, a house, 200 and blah, blah, blah. Kindness, priceless. All right. It costs nothing to be kind. It's so free. Free to you and free to me. All right. So practice kindness. Encourage others to practice kindness. We're all only humans once. Okay. Be the best human being that you can be. Just because somebody mistreats you, don't mistreat somebody else, because that's not the way that we want the world to go around. If you're giving out kindness, kindness will come back to you. There's nothing that you can do about the heart and the soul of another person. You are in charge of you. So take that chance of this life that you were given, of being this human, and be good to others. All right? Decide how your humanity impacts the way you love, forgive, and connect with people. Okay? How does your values, how does your morals allow you to love people? How does it allow you to connect with people? How does it allow you to forgive people? Okay? I work on forgiveness. I'm not always good at it, but I believe I'm doing better than I did before. One, because I'm getting older and I'm getting wiser. And I don't want to leave this world with a bunch of grudges or not being kind to somebody when it really is not doing anything for my life. All right. So just take your morals and values take it in and see how you love and you connect and you forward people. All right. So if you have to leave this earth, if you have to leave this world while you were being that one amazing human being that you can be, I see there's a few people on here. Please just drop in the chat. What is the one meaningful thing that you want to leave behind with your one chance of being an amazing human? Drop it in the chat. What is the one meaningful thing that you want to leave behind because you are this human only once? Share it. I'm going to read a few of them, but let me go to the comments because I saw Krista say, it's amazing what just a smile can do for someone. You don't know what someone is going through. 1,000%, Krista, 1,000. A smile can open the door to a conversation that turns somebody's day around. A smile can open the door to a conversation that saves someone's life. A smile can turn to an embrace that someone truly needs, just to fall into somebody's arms and listen to them say, I care, you matter, you are enough. Just like we talk about being kind, smiles are priceless. Give it, share it. It's free. I like to see these things on social media when people wear these shirts that say, I give free hugs. Like, I want a shirt. Like, I could have the shirt made so I could wear it. I know some people are like, not me. I'm not giving hugs to people randomly. I'll wave. I'll say what's up. But me personally, I'll give some free hugs. I'll go home, I'll take a shower, I'll get myself clean. Like this girl said today, I rub some sanitizer all over my body. But yes, Chelsea said, setting an example so it can be passed on to humans after me. Ooh, I like that. That is something very meaningful to leave behind. I love that. Jamie said the spirit of love, understanding, and encouragement. Those are all great things to leave behind, especially setting an example, listen, if you are okay with passing on kindness, if you are okay with wanting to see others flourish, then you're not going to have a problem being a role model. Okay? Like, I'm a role model by choice, but I'm also a role model because I try to live my life that impacts other people. Okay? So I didn't get up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to be a role model. It's just the way that my life has gone. And I'm just like, I want to inspire others. I want to make others feel good. I want to put a smile on somebody's face. I want to make somebody feel noticed. I want to make somebody feel love. I want to make sure people know that they matter and they're enough. So yes, being an example to pass on to other human beings and the spirit of love, understanding, and encouragement is important. Those are very meaningful things to live behind. All right. So, let me go back before I close this out. There's one more. It's natural and not forceful. That's true. And that's some of the best ways to be. No, now let me say this. Sometimes, if you want to become that person, it takes practice. And there's no shame in it. You don't have to broadcast it. You don't have to tell the world, I'm trying to be kind, so I'm practicing kindness. All you have to do is know within yourself that you're practicing kindness. Do it. It's like learning to ride a bike. All of my Facebook stuff is not streaming, but it's all good. I'm still on YouTube at the fifth one, so it's all good. Somebody's gonna get this message. I mean, Facebook is trying to blow me off, but somebody's gonna get it. Krista, I hear you. Resilience, being unstoppable is what you want to do to be remembered. Absolutely, and you can be that. Know that for a fact. You can be that. Whatever you want to be, whatever you want to leave, whatever you feel is meaningful that you want to leave behind, if you were to leave this world that we live in, being this human just once, you have the power, you have the ability. As long as you're intentional about it, you will leave it behind. Like Jamie said, it doesn't have to be forced. It can be natural. No one has to know you're practicing it. All they're going to do is see it. No one knows that you're doing this on purpose. All they do is see it. And that's all that matters. You don't have to say anything else to anybody else. Just do it. And I'm not trying to take Nike's slogan. Just do it. All right? And that's all. So I thank y'all very, very much for being here with me, for chatting with me, for listening to me speak for a couple of minutes. All right? So I'll leave you with this as I close this out. Okay? We have one life to live. That's what we're talking about tonight. We are all humans once. We have one life to live. We have one shot at being the best human being that we can be. We are all only human once. When you leave, what will yours say? And yours relates to your life. And that's what I leave you with. Think about it, meditate on it, and if you already know, carry it with you as you go through your life each day. You have one life, you have one shot, you have one chance to be the best possible human that you can be. So what will your life say? So as you live your life and you are being the best possible human that you can be, remember, the future that lies ahead is way better and way brighter than the shadows you once walked through and the limits you once believed in. All right? You are better than your yesterdays, and you are setting yourself up to be better, kinder, more aware tomorrow. Krista, don't cry. I'm just speaking the truth. Okay? If tomorrow never comes, this is for you, Krista. Well, you know how much I loved you. All right? That's what I want to leave. If tomorrow never comes, can someone say she loved me and she loved me well? Thank y'all for vibing with me tonight. Remember, your future is forward. My future is forward. Our future is forward. God bless y'all. Good night. I love you and I appreciate you more than words can say. Take care.